how to really drain the life out of somebody when you're in this position. So it's very easy to control somebody when their arms are on the outside like this. He can't do anything with his arm stuck in this position. So what you have to worry about is when somebody's got their arm inside like this. This is when really all their escapes are going to happen. You always have to make sure that your elbow is underneath his elbow. Whoever's got their elbow underneath is usually going to win the position. So right now, if you see my elbow's underneath, I have control. If he gets his elbow underneath mine, now he can easily get that arm all the way under and escape. Okay? So when you don't have the arm locked out like this, and totally isolated, he's going to have his hand probably either on your throat here, or he might even have it against his chest. But you have to make sure that you have the inside position on the elbow. Right? So we're going to work on that that sort of suffocation move from here. So I'm going to unlock my hands. I cup his shoulder, and make sure when I go to use my left hand, I got to go hip to hip with him. Okay. So I put all my weight here. I'm going to reach back. I'm just going to take his hand and bring it right to like the center of his chest, and then immediately I put my chest back over it. Okay. So if he's got his hand on my neck, I just lean back, stuff it down, and then cover it with my chest, and I go right back under his head. Now I'm going to pull his shoulders up off the mat. I just want to get my right hand like right in the middle of his spine here. So I have my hand is directly under his hand. And then I put my weight back, putting everything back on top of my hand. And that's when now he's carrying all my weight. And I want to keep his head off the mat. If he gets his, put your head on the mat. If he puts his head on the mat, he can like bridge up and start to move. If you keep the person's head off the mat, it's very hard for them to actually bridge. Right? And then you just sink your weight into him. And my knees are off the mat, he's carrying all my weight on his hand. Right? And from this position, just put your head low. And every time you hear them breathe, you sink your weight into them a little bit more. And you'll feel like the next time he can get about half as much air. You just do that slowly. You will eventually make people tap from that, but usually it just really drains the life. They start freaking out. When he freaks out, he might pull that hand out and put it over here for you, right? But it's just a way to sort of like take the person's energy away while you're in this position. So you're gonna start, your person has the hand on your inside of your neck here. Make sure that you are under the elbow. I go hip to hip, all right? This hand comes out and I just pin his hand to his chest. Pin it down and make sure you cover with your chest. Then go under the head, and then I want to get my hand all the way underneath his body. You use the meaty part of your thumb right in the middle of his spine here, and then put your weight on top. Now I took my knees off the mat. I stay in that sort of hip to hip position. Try to keep his head up, and then from here, you just kind of make him suffer. Right? Listen to their breathing. When you feel them exhale, you just sink your weight down a little bit. Right? So I'm not squeezing with my arms in this position. I'm just kind of like flexing the muscles in my back to sort of put a little bit of extra pressure forward. Right? Make yourself kind of dead weight. And try to listen to their breathing when you're in this position. You'll see every time they exhale, they get a little bit less air in next time. All right? 1, 2, 3.